Hi, I'm Tim. We are Rollin Travellers.
And I'm Tiffany.
And what we do on this channel is we travel, we go to restaurants, we go to different places. I am disabled, and you will find out exactly how disabled people are treated in these videos. We will show how things are not handicap friendly, and so many places need to reevaluate their thoughts on disabled people. It is not fair that when we go out, we are treated differently and sometimes can't get into different establishments, including hotels, restaurants, or museums, and
Concerts.
sometimes concerts and other places. We have experienced this firsthand in the fact that our time in these different places can also be very expensive. It's not fair that we are treated this way in the fact that we are charged extra because we are in a wheelchair or because we are disabled. We need to take back our thoughts on the disability community and how we can change this in the future so that future people that are disabled can truly enjoy the same experiences as every normal person.
We also want to point out those places that are doing it right.
There are several places that do things right, but on the other hand, there are also several that do not. We recently went to Virginia Beach. We stayed at the Ocean Key, and it was the worst experience we have seen in our travels. Please explain how that happened, Tiffany.
So at the Ocean Key Resort, they would not give us a handicap accessible room. They only had 2 handicap accessible rooms in the entire hotel, and this hotel had 7 floors. So found that kind of interesting. The doorways were very, very narrow. There was no handicap parking as well. It opened into a garage that we couldn't fit our handicap van in. And also, the pool area was completely shut down, so we couldn't even enjoy that. The hotel were rude. The hotel workers were rude. They wouldn't even bring us toilet paper. We had to actually come down to the desk to get it. So just certain little things here and there, but we're going to be talking about our experiences with all these places, establishments, places we go, and how we navigate through life. We just want to point these things out, that you need to, these establishments and people in general need to take into consideration. There's actually very inconsiderate people out there, and we're going to point those things out. So that's just what we're going to talk about.
And this channel is not a complain channel. It's not a oh woe is me channel. We just want to be able to explain different situations and what goes on in our daily life. When we go places or try to do things, we want you to understand different difficulties that we go through. So again, this is not a channel of hate. It is a channel of love. We have been together for over 6 years. We love each other, and we are committed to one another. But in the same token, there are a lot of places and things that we try to do that make our life very, very difficult, or some things we cannot do due to the fact that I'm disabled. Now, when I say disabled, I mean I'm disabled. I am completely blind in the right eye, so I can only see out of my left. I just recently had my right leg amputated, so I am in an electric wheelchair, which is 29 inches wide. Most doors are smaller than that. Every once in a while, I'll just barely scrape through the door, but sometimes it causes damage, and then we are charged for that damage because the hotel thinks that we damaged the door, and it's because the wheelchair doesn't fit through the door. Or sometimes we have to move to a different room because it is not handicap accessible. Perfect example was Virginia Beach. We had went there and I could barely squeeze through the door, and then on top of that, once I squeezed through the door, the way the setup was, I couldn't get to the other side where the bedroom was. I was stuck literally in the doorway. The way the setup was in there, it was not handicap friendly. So there was a couch with a bed, and that's where Tiffany had to sleep. And I had to sleep in my chair because we couldn't get anything inside because my wheelchair was in the way. My lift didn't fit under the bed because there was a board on each side of the bed, so I sometimes need a Hoyer to be able to get into bed because I only have the one leg, so I cannot stand. So this is an important key that is needed when we go and we travel. It's also very difficult to travel with these items. Everyone who is disabled has certain items that they must travel with. Not everybody has as many items, but those that are disabled with different issues of amputation or lost a limb or certain things like that, it makes it very difficult to get around and do things. So it requires special equipment. And that special equipment is not cheap, nor is it very easy to get in and out of these hotels or resorts. Tiffany, your thoughts?
So we're just like pointing these things out because to make things a little bit easier. People, are people. We want to navigate through the world. We want to see things just like anybody else. But these establishments are not making it very easy, and you would think that this day and age, things would be a lot more handicap accessible. And also, not just, Tim, I work with individuals with developmental disabilities, and they really like to get out and do things on a daily basis and go see the world and get into the establishment. And we've actually visited a lot of places that were very, very accommodating, very, very understanding, very, very patient. But then we visited other places that, the doors were narrow or the aisles were narrow, and it was hard to navigate with wheelchairs and someone who walks a little slower, someone who needs a little more entrance to get in through. So we want to bring awareness to that, but we also want to let people know, our experiences, good and bad. We're not trying to bash anybody or hurt anybody's feelings, but we just want to bring awareness to these things because the world is different and people are very different. There's a lot of different people in the world, and some people need a little extra help or extra things put out there for them to navigate the world just like everybody else. And that's just what we want to do. We don't, nobody wants to stay at home because we want to be able to see the world and do things in life and be places in life. So we just want to bring awareness and just share our experiences, good and bad. So that's what this is all about, and we hope that you will join us on our journey through this. things like that. So please subscribe, and we'll have more videos and more of our experiences. We actually have a few more experiences we need to talk about. We've just had a recent, very, very interesting experience.
Yes.
But we also had an experience in Vegas that we'll be talking about in our next video. That will be quite a little chat about that. Do you have anything else?
I just want to say with the Virginia Beach, to kind of wrap that up, that there was some good parts.
Oh yeah, we had some good fun.
There was some places that were really fun. There was a lot of shops that we were able to get into that were actually wide enough with the aisles for my wheelchair. There was restaurants that we were able to get into that accommodated us very, very well.
Oh, the aquarium.
Yes,
The aquarium
went to the aquarium.
Yes, that was fantastic. If you ever in Virginia Beach, please visit the Virginia Beach Aquarium. That was fantastic. There's 2 different buildings. You can either drive or walk to the other buildings. About
10-15 minutes.
Yeah, 10-15 minute walk. But it's nice. It's worth it. Very accommodating, very nice people there. And we also got to go on a boat ride to see the dolphins. They were very, very accommodating. We had a little snafu getting on there, but
the ramp was not as wide.
The ramp was not as wide, but
we had hoped.
They were very accommodating and very, very helpful. So that was a great experience doing that. And we were able to get onto the boat, and that was very, very handicap accessible. So those experiences are great, and people who are in wheelchairs and have trouble navigating, those are experiences that we recommend and definitely enjoy doing stuff like that. So we're going to shout out those kind of places, but we're also going to let you know what wasn't such a great experience. So yeah.
And I will say that there was definitely some restaurants that were fantastic. The boardwalk was fantastic. You can go up and down the boardwalk in your chair. It is completely concrete, so you are able to get all the way up and down. So if you plan to travel to this place, you can definitely do the boardwalk. Now again, we only tried this one resort and had that experience. We still want to go back to Virginia Beach again and try a different resort and see if we have a better experience. But so far from this resort, we were not happy with things there, because 2 handicap rooms
in the entire resort
is ridiculous. Yeah. You know, being Virginia Beach, that you are going to have more than 2 handicapped people at a time.
Right.
Including with the parking, as Tiffany said earlier, they had a garage, but handicapped vehicles
get our van in there.
Don't fit in it.
We have a high handicapped vehicle. We have a
wheelchair van.
And it would scrape the top, so we couldn't
couldn't
get in there. So we had to figure out parking, and that was a bit of a navigation, but I mean, we had a great time. We did. I just would not recommend this hotel. And, we did call ahead to ask for a handicap room, and we were told that we have to wait till we get there to see if there was one available. So.
And unfortunately, that's something that with a lot of these, we are told that. And then when we get there, there's never any handicapped ones available.
Right. And you would think, though, even though there's no handicap available, we still can kind of fit in the room. We couldn't fit in the room at all. Like he said, he had to keep his chair by the door. So just bringing awareness for these things, and those are things we're going to talk about. So we'll have our next video up soon, and we're going to talk about our experience in Vegas.
Yes.
We did Vegas about a year ago.
And we're planning to do Vegas again.
Yes, because my son is turning 21, and we want to give him that Vegas experience. But it made us think about a lot of things for our next trip, and how to navigate through that, because it was quite an experience. But we'll shout out some certain places there as well, and let you know about that experience and then other experience that we have. It is not just about like traveling to far places, but also navigating our own city in our own state. So things like that.
We are from Vermilion, Ohio, so we are near the lake, and as she said, some of the things in our city are really great, and other things are very, very hard to navigate through. We want to bring those experiences to you because Vermilion is actually a highly traveled area, and lots of people like to come there for a lot of the festivals. There's several festivals throughout the year that we go to, and there's plenty of places that you can go in the inner city to do daily shopping, restaurants, several different things. So we want to give you those experiences as well. And please subscribe to our channel if you can. At the top there should be a button that says subscribe. Please hit that.
All right, so we're gonna say bye for now, and hopefully see you in our next video.
Well, thank you so much for watching, and we are the Rollin Travellers.